Welcome to the 10th episode of the Imminent and Don Deals right about here at the United chapter with me, your host, KALS, as I'm definitely dedicated to bring to you the latest trade as it comes in. And definitely we talking about football players who've signed for the club, those ones that haven't signed, those that are most likely going to be signing, and also talking about who is being rumored and is not true, and who is realistic, who's going to sign for Manchester United. It is the United chapter with me, your host, KALS. Anyway, hello everyone, and thank you for being part of the United chapter, and please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is potent, as long as it is Manchester United related, right about here at the United chapter with me, your very host, KALS. So we're definitely talking about a few football players. We're talking about the likes of Mason Mount, Sofian Amrabat. We're talking about Andre Onana and David De Gea's situation, and not forgetting that we are also talking about the Atlanta youngster Rasmus Højlund, not forgetting the Southampton superstar, that's none other than, what's the name of this young lad? Romeo Lavia. Romeo Lavia is the football player. So we're definitely going to be digging deep into all this, and I'll be telling you what is definitely happening, where, who's winning on who is going where, who is leaving Manchester United, who is signing for the club Manchester United. Anyway, whom should we start with? We've got quite a big number to talk about. Let's start with Andre Onana. Anyway, so we remember that Andre Onana is one of those goalkeepers that Manchester United has been looking for. There's been quite a big number of goalkeepers that Manchester United has been seeing. With the fact that even up to date, Manchester United has not yet come to terms with the current Manchester United goalkeeper, and that is David De Gea. I know David De Gea has been a very good football player for some time, but you know, everybody has an end. You know, everything has got an end. I think it's time up for David De Gea. It's time up for him to leave the club Manchester United. He's been at Manchester United for 12 good years. He's played for the club Manchester United for quite a long period of time. But right about now, I think it's time for David De Gea to move away from the club Manchester United. He's been linked to an exit of the club, despite the fact that he is a very good one and he's been doing great. But maybe possibly there are loopholes that maybe the manager's been seeing, but also it will be remembered that Manchester United is not forcing David De Gea out of the club. It's David De Gea's decision. Right about now as I speak, we cannot count David De Gea as a Manchester United football player because he's out of contract. And Manchester United, if Manchester United were so keen about keeping David De Gea, he should have signed the contract last summer, and possibly give him 2-3 years on a new contract. But I think his aging is getting there, and on a few games, I must say, he didn't perform quite well. Last season, the recently concluded season, he didn't perform that well, you know. It wasn't the best of seasons for him, and looking at how he was always performing before, he was always brilliant, always the blame was not always on him. But also last season he didn't perform quite bad, but there also situations that happened and you're like, oh, David here, this shouldn't have happened. So you can definitely tell that things didn't go on quite well for David De Gea last season, and he's been looking for a move. And as I told you before, he's been saying David De Gea has been saying probably if he's to move away from Manchester United, he will probably retire football. We could see him retiring football. But take note that with the crazy amount of money that is going on from Saudi Arabia, it is definitely almost every club, football player, all football players, the old football players, those who are getting on a little bit, really. They always get to those clubs and to other countries and play, and then get a bit of money, more money. So with this Saudi Arabian money that's flying over, we could see David De Gea move to Saudi Arabia. But obviously, Andre Onana is the perfect replacement for David De Gea. We'll remember that Andre Onana is one of those football players that is very good. One problem I have with Andre Onana is the only problem I actually have with Andre Onana is he's never in the goals. He's that kind of football player that that gets himself out of the goal all the time. Anyway, I think it can be good. We can't say it's not a good thing. But it's that type of football player who never settles in the goal. He definitely never remains in the goal. When things are not going on quite well, he always comes off out of the goal and pushes the defenders onwards. Anyway, he's a very good one. His goalkeeping is quite good. So it's reportedly said that Manchester United recently put in a bid of around 40 million bid, and it is still reportedly from different sources. The Manchester United has put in a bid today. How sure is that? I'm not so sure about today's bid, but what I'm sure about is the last bid was around £40 million. But today's bid that they are talking about, I think it might be a made-up rumor or something because it's nothing official that I have seen. And from Fabrizio Romano recently, he said, "I understand Manchester United have presented in the morning their verbal proposal for Andre Onana at around £39 million and total package and add-ons. The bid will be official soon." Anyway, that was 23 minutes ago. Anyway, that was from Fabrizio Romano. That's the latest I'm getting from Fabrizio Romano. And I can also see Manchester United news also talking about whom should we believe? Manchester United news is saying £42 million bid is what has been put in today. And I can still see we're having Manchester United news saying it's £42 million, and we also have we've got Fabrizio Romano saying £39 million. So it's up to you to take what is more efficient, but what we definitely know always Fabrizio Romano has a bit of verified information. So I think we should go with that. We should go with the £39 million bid. But recently it was rumored. That's the thing. Recently it was rumored that a £40 million bid was put in. And some sources came out and said Manchester United has not yet bid. There is nothing like a bid from Manchester United when it comes to Andre Onana. And right about now, we get information from Fabrizio Romano saying it's £39 million that has been put in today. Anyway, let's wait and see what will definitely go on, as it is still a developing story. And once he's signed for the club Manchester United, then I definitely think it's going to be a very brilliant one if he signs for the club Manchester United, because he's one of those goalkeepers that is quite good. It could be a perfect replacement for David De Gea, as you definitely know that David De Gea could be heading for an exit. But I don't see these two football goalkeepers definitely getting into the club Manchester United at the same time. I don't see David De Gea remaining at Manchester United, and I don't see Andre Onana being at Manchester United at the same time. That would be quite a lot of money to pay these football players, per week. David is on around £375,000 per week. That's quite a lot of money. And looking at how much this gentleman could be getting, quite a lot more. But he might not get more than what David De Gea has been getting, because David De Gea is an experienced goalkeeper and he's made it over time to where he's been. So I think his wages could be fine, could be okay, most likely above £100,000. So let's wait and see how definitely it will go. But by the look of things, everything is falling into place. And right about now, the Fabrizio Romano has come out and hinted that Andre Onana's bid has been in, and Andre Onana's bid is something like is £39 million. That should be okay. But you will remember that the club Inter Milan said they needed £70 million. No, not 70. They needed £60 million. So £60 million. I don't think starting from £40 million, £39 million is a great thing. Anyway, it could increase bargaining power, and definitely possibly they could meet around there, around £50 million around £50 million there, possibly. Second bid could go in around that, around £50 million. If Manchester United is very sure, and if Manchester United is very interested in Andre Onana. But right about now, what we got is that Andre Onana has no problem whatsoever with joining the club Manchester United, because joining a club Manchester United is something that he's been looking at for quite a long period of time, and since the opportunity has presented itself, he must take it. And not forgetting that Andre Onana is one of those goalkeepers that is very much trusted by Erik ten Hag, because he's played with Erik ten Hag before. Erik ten Hag has managed Andre Onana, yeah. Erik ten Hag has managed Andre Onana at Ajax Amsterdam, and they were quite good. It was a good relationship between manager and player. And when he moved to Inter Milan, definitely there's been a bit of loss of connection. But right about now, he's been looking at getting his first choice goalkeeper, and that is Andre Onana. And it is said that, according to Erik ten Hag, he prefers Andre Onana to David De Gea. Let's wait and see where all this definitely takes us, as we are definitely rolling into this. Let's talk about yet another football player in focus, and the other football player is none other than Sofyan Amrabat. You'll remember that Sofyan Amrabat has also been linked to the club Manchester United for quite a long period of time, and he plays for Fiorentina, doesn't he? He plays for Fiorentina and also the Morocco national team, and he's been playing for Fiorentina for some time, and definitely a lot is something that actually Sofyan Amrabat, he's been linked to quite a number of clubs. Looking at the general transfer window, he was being heavily linked to the club Liverpool, and for some reason I thought Manchester United could have a bidding war with Liverpool. But Liverpool has not said any word about Sofyan Amrabat this time round. And I'm seeing somebody here saying £45 million Onana bid. Amrabat interest is real. Well, and let's see what the Daily Mail has to say. Daily Mail is a bit reliable. Manchester United recount their interest in Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat. Yeah, that's no news. We need something very recent from Manchester United Evening News saying Manchester United discovers Sofyan Amrabat asking price. Oh, what's Manchester United Evening News got to say about this? Let's see. Manchester United Evening News. Manchester United discovers Sofyan Amrabat asking price. And more rumors, more transformers that we're not interested. One Manchester United, Manchester Evening News is saying Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat could be available for £30 million. I really doubt this. £30 million this summer, according to reports. £30 million, that's quite a little bit low for him. I think I like this Manchester Evening News. It's a bit legit. But I'm not so much into this article, because the credibility of this article, when you tell me the £30 million for Sofyan Amrabat, I think it's a little bit low. And that's why Manchester United would like to pay for a football player like him. If Manchester United can get him at £30 million, then that would definitely be a brilliant thing, because that could be quite low. And I don't think Fiorentina will sell Sofyan Amrabat for £30 million. And I would reckon Manchester United Fiorentina would make sure they get possibly around 40 to £50 million for Sofyan Amrabat. So the credibility in this article, really, I do not want to take it. Anyway, let's hope Sofyan Amrabat definitely could take a big step in his career and join the club Manchester United, as he is very interested in joining the club Manchester United as a football player. He's got no problem joining Manchester United. I mean, he will be making a big move, from a club, Fiorentina, that is a little bit lower than Manchester United. I mean, you can put the two clubs to comparison, not disrespectfully, but that's the reality. And him getting to Manchester United would mean quite a bit more, lots of exposure, and his bank account could definitely be happy most of the time. definitely his wages will increase when he gets to Manchester United, and also he will be on big demand in the near future. And also him being one of those targets that almost every club would love to have, though I don't know why not very many clubs in the Premier League this season are trying to get Sofyan Amrabat. Last season, there were quite a big number, but the main one was Liverpool. Manchester United wasn't even linked to him. And by how how football goes, things definitely change. Anyway, that's that's what we had from Sofyan Amrabat. But let's hope Sofyan Amrabat will end up at Manchester United. There is something that I read before saying Sofyan Amrabat. There is a bid that has gone in today still about Sofyan Amrabat, but let's hope Manchester United will go with if Manchester United is putting in a bid that's worth £30 million, then that's really rubbish. It's like the Onana deal. Manchester United puts in £40 million. Really, for Onana, £40 million. Okay, let's say £39 million for Onana. I don't think Inter Milan will accept that. I don't think so, because he's the number one goalkeeper at Inter Milan. He's a top goalkeeper. So I think it would be a little bit more of that. On that. So, talking about yet another football player that we need to talk about is the Atlanta football player, and that is none other than the youngster Rasmus Højlund. So, we remember that Rasmus Højlund is one of those football players that has been playing for Atlanta for some time. And Atlanta came out and said they are willing to sell to Manchester United as long as the price is right. And if the price is right, definitely there is nothing that is going to that's going to stop Rasmus Højlund from joining Manchester United. He's played for the Danish national team, I think. He's played for the Danish national team because he's from Denmark, I think. Yeah, he's from Denmark. He's played for the Danish national team. He's played alongside Christian Eriksen. So the pair can definitely reunite at the club Manchester United, with quite a lot that has been going on, with him being rumored to be at Manchester United. The Sun saying Manchester United today will be pushing in. I don't know why. Let's see what the Sun is saying. The Sun saying Manchester United transfer news, takeover updates, Mason Mount to be confirmed today, obviously. We'll talk about Mason Mount later. Then Rasmus Højlund. Let's see what they've got about Rasmus Højlund. Mason Mount, Rasmus Højlund. And Caicedo competition. I thought Caicedo was out of United's hands now. But still, there is a bit of competition for him anyway. Scott McTominay leaving the club. Let's see. For some reason, I'm not getting there. Rasmus, let's see what they've got to say here. They're saying Manchester United have had 2 offers for Atlanta Rasmus Højlund rebuffed. And according to 90 Minutes, Manchester United have made 2 efforts to sign and land Rasmus Højlund. But both were turned down by Serie A outfit. The striker is seen as an attainable solution to boost the manager Erik ten Hag's front line. After pulling out of the rest of Tottenham Hotspur's hurricane. Anyway, however, Atalanta are holding out on a huge fee for the Denmark international. Talking about this, Manchester United if Manchester United has had a bid, really, it should have been everywhere. Rasmus Højlund. I know Manchester United's focus right about now, I don't think it's on Rasmus Højlund. There is a big chance of Manchester United getting Rasmus Højlund, but he's not been the center of focus. The center of focus has been Mason Mount, and Mason Mount being one of those football players that the club definitely has been looking for. United has not had that time to get bids in for Rasmus Højlund. I think that this is also another story that we should not go by. So I think Rasmus Højlund, United has not put in any bids, but United is preparing bids once the Mason Mount transfer is officially done 100%. I know it's done. He's signed for the club Manchester United, but once it's sealed, then we can definitely think about him. United will think about putting in bids for him. But as it stands for now, there is no bid that has gone in for Rasmus Højlund. But Manchester United are very keen and very interested in signing Rasmus Højlund. Anyway, let's get the part going one more time, and let's talk about yet another football player, and that's Romeo Lavia, the Southampton football player who's been playing for Southampton for a bit of time now. And the fact that Southampton moved to the EFL Championship right about now, relegation zone is where Southampton ended. The football player Romeo Lavia cannot manage to stay at the club, with quite a big number of football clubs interested in Romeo Lavia. Chelsea is very interested, Arsenal is very interested, Manchester City interested, and Manchester United also saying they're interested, with the newest entrants in this competition being the club Liverpool. Then definitely that shows you what kind of football player he is anyway. But we had before the Liverpool pulled out of the transfer. They were they were the ones that came last, and again they had to back off the transfer. They had to move out of the transfer. So let's wait and see. That could be good news for Manchester United, because they're not getting competition from one of the clubs that is very interested in him. Anyway, let's hope things go on quite well for the club Manchester United, and once everything is settled at Manchester United, then we think things will be going on quite well. With Rasmus Højlund, we've talked about him, and now we're at Romeo Lavia. Romeo Lavia could be a big impact at the club Manchester United, but still a bit of competition for clubs. There's quite a lot of club competition for the football player. Anyway, let's get into yet another football player to talk about. In the football player that we are talking about right about now is the one and only, the football player himself. Already signed. It's a deal that is done, sealed and completed, and I should say it's delivered. Not yet delivered, but delivered. It's a delivered deal. Deal done, sealed, and confirmed. And that's Mason Mount. Mason Mount, I know very many people have been waiting for Mason Mount, the Mason Mount transfer, with quite a big number of people asking me, Abu, can you talk about the Mason Mount transfer? But I wanted to be very sure about the Mason Mount transfer before I could say anything. Because this transfer, this is one of those transfers that you really have to get quite a lot of information and put out there the right information, because Mason Mount himself was pushing for this move. He was tired of the club of Chelsea, where he's been. He's been at Chelsea for 18 years, and he had a heartful goodbye to the club Chelsea, because it's where he's been for some time. But I think he loved the Chelsea before, not the Chelsea that he's in right about now, because the Chelsea before is where Abramovich is one of those football lovers, and definitely he liked him, and also the managers that have been there also liked him. But right about now, with quite a lot of changes, Mason Mount has not been very keen. He's not been so keen about the move, about staying at Chelsea, because Chelsea have different intentions, and also taking in consideration that Mason Mount has been looking at least going to another club. He's been loaned twice, just for short term, just one season or so, and he's not really got that experience out of Chelsea, and he's been looking for a move out of Chelsea. But remember, the football manager, the current manager of the club, Manchester United, has also been a big fan of the football player and has tried to sign the football player big time for a long period of time. He's always tried to make sure he can get him, but he has always failed. And he wanted to sign him on loan at Ajax Amsterdam. Erik ten Hag wanted to sign the football player on loan, but all this didn't happen. And right about now, we get information saying he's definitely the happiest man, because it is a deal that is done, sealed and confirmed. And with the fact that the football player came in and said that obviously the club Manchester United, the club Chelsea has done a lot of things for him, but He's saying goodbye, heartful goodbyes to the club Chelsea and Chelsea fans. That shows you his next stop. His next stop, actually, to be realistic, next stop could be two clubs. It could be Chelsea, sorry, not Chelsea, could be Liverpool, because Liverpool was heavily linked to him before, or it could be Manchester United. But Liverpool, no chance with Liverpool whatsoever, because he's not interested in joining Liverpool. And then the chance of him joining Manchester United, 100%. All guns to Manchester United. So he's going to sign for the club, Manchester United. People have been asking me to talk about I've had quite a lot of people telling me to talk about the takeover. It's another video that I will do and put there, so subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever I myself, Abu KALS, has to bring to you right about here at the United chapter with me, your host, Abu KALS. Thank you and goodbye for now.